What's up, guys? Welcome back to KO Your Brand. This is a micro episode. This is pulling punches, short, actionable takeaways, real results to drive you forward in your personal branding and public relations efforts. And this one's a juicy one because I am actually talking about some personal revenue and a personal win inside my very own sales funnel today. So it's so funny because when I look at my podcast analytics, the episodes where I share some details on ROI and revenue are always like the most listened to. And I think that's just because there is like such a mismatch in like how people talk about their business, especially in the coaching industry. People are always like talking about their methods and their processes, but not backing it up with real results. And that's what I really aim to share in this episode. And I'm sharing a really big win for me. Okay. So a really amazing thing happened to me last week, and I have to attribute it all to my personal brand and my sales funnel and the magic that they now make together. Truly match made in heaven. And as a side note, I'm big into astrology. And so my natal chart from when I was born and my partner Gabriel's natal chart from when he was born, when you put them into different apps and software, all of them are like, you two are soulmates. Your charts could not be more aligned. And that is actually like same vibe that my personal brand and my marketing funnel are giving now. And that's what I wanted to share today because part of building a profitable personal brand is making the profit, obviously. And so this is a great example of that. And so sometimes we're like, how do I really measure the success of the personal brand? This episode is going to give you an example of how. So, um, over this weekend, I was doing one of my weekend rituals, which is going to a sauna cold plunge place. So I do this like once a week it's like an hour and a half experience. I go, I do the sit in the sauna for 15 minutes and then I go do the cold plunge and like bit of a flex, but I have now been able to like sit in the cold plunge for like 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, which is pretty good for me. Um, I do use the one that's like slightly warmer. So there's one that's like, I think more like 0 to 5 degrees. And then the one that I use is like 8 to 12 degrees or something like that. Depends on the day because it's outside. So obviously the air can make things feel colder or warmer. Um, I saw like a Mel Robbins podcast once that said like women aren't actually supposed to go in the really cold plunges. They're supposed to go in the ones that are slightly warmer. Otherwise, you like spike your hormones. So honestly, I didn't listen to the whole episode. I just saw it in a clip, and now that's the science that I'm standing by. And I will tell anyone that when I cross paths with them at this sauna cold plunge place I go to called Habitat. At Habitat, I'm always educating the women around me. I'm like, you don't have to go in the one that's so cold. You can go in the one that's a bit warmer. But obviously, it still feels cold AF. So anyways, I was cold plunging, I was resetting my nervous system, I was restoring myself, and when I got home, I saw that I had a brand new registrant into the Fame Ready Entrepreneur program. And what was very cool about this registrant is I have never met her before. So up until now, if someone has joined my program, we may not have known each other for a while, but it could be someone that had followed me for a while. Maybe it's someone that I'd exchanged some messages with at some point. So there's a handful of people inside the Fame Ready Entrepreneur program right now who are previous clients of mine from other experiences that have come over to now be under my wing for the next year. And I've had people obviously register like just by getting an email or by just, me sending them the link and exchanging a few DMs. But this was the very first time someone had followed me. So I noticed that this person had followed me in the morning, subscribed to the group coaching community email list where you receive an outline of the program and the link to register if you want to. And by the evening, she had enrolled herself and signed up and paid and the whole thing. And one of my like life goals is to make money while I sleep. And had I been in a different time zone, that would have been the case. But here I was on Pacific time zone. I was cold plunging. I was enjoying my Saturday night. So still counts. But I just want to show you that that is truly what I believe passive income can look like. I think a lot of the time we think passive income means, oh, okay, I have a product that people can just buy and I never have to talk to them. And that's true. I have some digital products that people can just buy and, I never have to deliver anything in person. The Fame Entrepreneur Program is obviously mid ticket. So people register and then you have access to me, and I'm always contributing different opportunities and all of that. But to have the presence and the funnel set up so that someone could start following me, get more information on me, and then register herself all without me having to answer a single question or, reassure her that's the right decision. That is proof of a strong personal brand and a strong marketing funnel. So, I want to give you like a quick little overview of what my funnel actually looks like. So you can obviously like assess your own, see where there's gaps, all of that. So, when it comes to my funnel, for this particular program, there's like a couple different ways that you can get the information. So, if you're like, I want to know more about the Fame Ready Entrepreneur Program while you're listening to this podcast, you can head to the show notes where you will see that there's a link. That link takes you to a form. So, it's not like the landing page is just out there floating around. You have to sign up for the email list to be able to receive that information. The only way you can kind of bypass that form is now I have like a many chat automation set up on Instagram. So if you DM me the word famous, I will send you the link to the landing page. But obviously, I need to be able to track who is clicking on that link. So obviously, when it's through Instagram and there's an automation set up, I can go back and see all the people that were DM'd the link to the landing page. So I can follow up with them like personally if I wanted to. On the flip side of that, when it's the email form, obviously, like I also want to be able to see who's signing up for the list. So I can also follow up and just, measure results, measure like just to see who is taking a look at that program, right? All really, really great stuff. So that's what that piece of the funnel looks like. The landing page I have worked so diligently on, particularly with John from Rich Girl Culture. He's really helped me get it set up. So, it gives you all the information you need. It sells, it's got social proof, it's got the whole thing. So that's been like super duper refined. And then it's basically set up so when someone registers or signs up, then they are then sent the link to the program that we use. We use Circle, the software Circle. So they sign up for their account and then they can start to, experience the community. So that really is like, I mean, I was expecting to have to go into even more detail around the funnel, but it's actually not so complicated, right? That's the funnel. It works. It's proven that it's worked, and I'm so proud of that. But the other really important piece to remember here is there is a personal brand behind the funnel. So I am constantly pumping out content that shows why I'm the expert, what I do, how I can help you, how I've helped others. And so her following me on Instagram and being able to see all of that content is so strong. So for her, she's constantly seeing like, okay, I don't know what her process was. I've actually now sent her a voice note just to welcome her into the program and to ask her how she ended up finding out about the program, but she can actually like digest all she wants to from my Instagram and from my podcast, right? So this is why the personal brand is so important. The funnel does the job. The personal brand really is the foundation for the funnel. If I didn't have my personal brand established with so many touch points where people can learn about me and learn about what I do, I don't think the funnel would be as effective. And her and I do have some mutual connections in common. So it's possible that she came through a referral, which case in point makes the personal brand even stronger, right? Because now she's signing up for that program just based on what I present and what someone else has told her about me. So pretty cool. So, this is the kind of thing that I can help you with inside the Fame Ready Entrepreneur Program. Actually, next week, if you join now, you're going to have access to an amazing live call with House of Nia, who really specializes in helping you create a personal brand that converts. So she's coming in to share more about how you can actually convert your audience once you have them. So I'm really excited to bring this session to the program and the community because, it's not enough to just have a personal brand. Like, it's got to be profitable. It's got to sell. It's got to pay the bills. So that's what we're going to be talking about next week. If you're interested in joining the Fame Ready Entrepreneur Program, you know what to do. Head to the show notes, click the link, get all the details, and sign up because this is the way that you are going to build your visibility and authority this year, all with my help. So excited, you guys. So excited to have you inside the program. If you're listening to this and you just signed up for the program and you're like, hey, this episode was about me, shout out to you. So appreciative of each and every person that signs up to be in my orbit. And I really hope that you get everything that you need to grow your own profitable personal brand. If you liked this episode, please rate and review everywhere you listen to podcasts. Please subscribe on YouTube. Please follow me at Katrina Owens PR. Follow the podcast at KO Your Brand. And I will see you all next week. Toodles.